everybody? Welcome back to Valves Opened, a Valvetronic Designs podcast. I'm your host, Brandon Arpin. Next to me is my co-host, Leo Kosuch. And today we have two special guests, Mr. Wyatt Webster and Travis Wedding. They are BMW aficionados, have a great YouTube channel. Welcome to the podcast, guys.
I appreciate you all having us.
100%. Happy to be here. I know this is my first time on the podcast. Shout out Brandon right here. I want to dive into what you had a little trailer issue on the way here. Can you walk us through that?
I've been waiting for this.
All right. So we're staying with Brandon last night and tonight, but we had a big problem with the E46. It's our new YouTube channel on the
Closer.
Oh, my fault. So we were trailing the E46 with Travis's Suburban, and we're like an hour and a half into the ride.
We're about like an hour and a half out, halfway there.
Yeah, and then the tow hitch on it completely rusts out and completely hits the ground and just starts sparks going everywhere. We're like, holy fuck, what is going on? So then we pull on the side of the road, we get out, and the entire front end of the trailer is just laying on the ground. So then we're like, oh my God, what do we do? So I call Shane. I'm like, yo, you got a pickup truck. We might need you. And then he's like, I'm 2.5 hours away. So
where is this?
We're like right before the Baltimore Tunnel.
Okay.
We're like 2 minutes past Glen Burnie, so we're like right there.
Yeah.
And we don't know what the fuck's going on. So I'm like, all right, well, Facebook Marketplace. I look up 2005 Denali hitch. One thing on the fucking Facebook Marketplace. So I call him like, dude, I'm stuck on the side of the road. I got nothing to do. I can't tow my trailer. He's like, 2 minutes later, he's like, call me. So I call him. He's like, yo, I got you. I'll send the tools, everything over. Send me your number and location. I sent it to him. Dude pulls up. We changed the hitch on the side of the road. Probably an hour and a half delayed from when we're supposed to be where we're supposed to be.
2 hour delay.
Yeah.
We were supposed to get at Brandon's at 11:30. And
I was sitting there. I texted him at 11:30 like, yo, where you at?
We did not show up till like probably closer to 3 a.m. So we're literally.
I woke up and I was like, I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I look over at the air mattress that I set up for Wyatt and there was nobody there. And I was like, did you guys make it?
Yeah,
so I texted him. He sends me back a picture of a couple Michelobs on the table on my deck. And I was like, oh, thank God that they made it here safe.
Yeah, so the dude on Facebook, it was the first guy we messaged, and he pulls up. He has all the tools that we need, and then the tow hitch. So we get the old rusty tow hitch off of the Suburban, and then we go to put the new one on that he was asking for $100 on Facebook. So we go put up there. Travis is holding it, and it's like, it kind of fits on, and then on my side it's short. So we're like, fuck, dude, we're stuck because it's not fitting. So we're like, yo, you got drill bits? To the random Facebook guy. And then he magically does. He runs back to his car and he just has, for some reason, he has all the tools in the world in his little Nissan Sentra. I don't know how, but he does. So he goes back, gets the drill bits. We drill the slots in the tow hitch out. We make it fit. 4 out of the 6 bolts fit. So we're on 4 bolts out of 6, but we're here. It was definitely scary. Definitely scary because we were like 30 minutes without no one. And the first guy we messaged on Facebook, this dude shows up, and he was a hell of a guy too. He shows up, he's like, hold on, I gotta send a picture to my wife so he knows I'm not fucking hookers. That's what he said. That's the first thing he says.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine running out of the house at like 11:30 at night.
Oh yeah, he said he was walking out the house and the wife was like, where are you going? He's like, going to help some strangers. So we were the strangers, but thank God we had him. So we sent him $300. He was only asking 100, so.
Very, very generous, and I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you guys made it.
Yeah, we made it 2 hours on a Facebook Marketplace tow hitch.
So a 2.5 hour drive turned into what, a 7 hour drive?
7 hour drive.
Marketplace always gets it done, though.
I swear to God it does. That's where I buy everything. Literally everything.
Yep. For the audience, do you mind if we get into like early life with you? Like,
yeah.
You were born in Florida, correct?
Yeah, so I was born in Jupiter, Florida, lived there for 2 years, and then moved to Arizona for 3 years, and then Southern Maryland ever since.
Okay.
So my dad works a job where we had to move a couple times, and just been in Maryland ever since.
Yeah. How are you like academically as like a kid, all that?
So, I did fine in high school, graduated, and went to college for 1.5 years.
Okay.
Dropped out. I remember I was cheating because COVID started, and I was cheating because everything was at home and there was no way I was studying.
I mean, we all did that.
Oh yeah, I mean everyone cheats in college for sure. So I had the YouTube starts roll at that time, and I bought the 335 in 2019 when I graduated high school, and there was like very little mods done to it. And when I started college, is when I wanted to start taking YouTube seriously. And I did YouTube for a very long time. Like when I was 9 years old, I had a YouTube channel where I was like, me and my brother would do skits with Nerf guns and shit like that. Like they're still up on YouTube on my dad's YouTube channel somewhere.
Yo,
It's
drop the at on YouTube.
No,
so you
we
go
ain't
check
doing that. We are not about to watch that.
Roll the clip.
But there's about 20 videos on my dad's YouTube channel of me and my brother running around filming skits with Nerf guns.
What's your dad's first name?
We ain't doing that. We ain't doing all that. We're not about to watch that. But, and then after that YouTube channel, because I've always been into YouTube, I looked up to like all the YouTubers. I mean, my generation, we watch YouTube more than TV than anything. And so after the Nerf gun shit, I think when I got heavily into YouTube again was like skateboarding clips. So it was me, my brother, and our friend was, we had a YouTube channel where just doing straight skateboarding stuff, like vlogging and all that shit. And then that kind of fell off. I got a little unmotivated on doing that because I bought my first car, which was the E46 325. That thing was a pile of shit. But I will say it never broke down me once.
Comes full circle.
Hey, it comes full circle right here. We got one right here. But, so yeah, I really started YouTube on when I bought the 335 in 2019 and just building that car. I did a lot of DIY stuff, which is like, for YouTubers, it's like if you're starting, I feel like DIY is great because you have to watch the video if you want to learn how to do it.
You have to watch it all the way through too, which is really important for YouTube because what is it, click-through rate? Is it click-through rate, Shane?
Yeah, click-through rate.
Yeah, I mean, your click-through rate is pretty much obviously.
Yeah.
It's the most important part. So as long as people are watching all the way through, that's when you start getting some traction. That's
Yeah.
why Chris Fix is so good on YouTube.
Right.
Because he does all
It's like the how-tos
how-tos.
because you have to watch it all the way through.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I always wanted to be like a YouTuber growing up. So DIY, like you said, you have to watch it all the way through. So they come to your channel, and then from that, I was in college, like I said, so I was trying to do that on the side.
Where do you go to school?
I went to community college in Southern
Okay.
Maryland.
CSM.
Old CSM. So was doing that for a while, and then I got caught cheating. He highlighted me on the Zoom call because it was COVID, so everything was over Zoom. Highlighted me on the Zoom call, so it's just my face, and he was like, "Yeah, you're cheating." So I literally left the test, went upstairs with my mom, and PayPal her like $2,900 because that was how much the semester was. I was like, "Yo, I quit. I'm not doing it anymore." So that was it after that, and then it was pretty much I worked a government job, like contractor. So I worked a normal job until I think like 60,000 subscribers, and then I started making money off YouTube, and I own a website, Shop Webbies, the parts site for BMWs.
You can buy Valvetronic on there.
You can buy Valvetronic on there. So right around that time was when everything picked up. I put a single turbo on my black 335, which I started everything with when I bought it in 2019. And that's when everything turned around. I put it on a credit card that had a $20,000 balance. So I bought a Big Turbo kit. I bought drag racing wheels, Weld S71s for the rear end. And I did not have the money at the time because I was making like $3,000 a month from the government job. Put it all on a credit card, and then that video hit like 200,000 views in like 3 weeks. And at the time, it was like, yo, I was hype about 1,000 views in a week. So when that happened, I was like, all right, from now on out, I have to go big on every single video. So then after that, it was like buying this piece of shit 335 off Facebook. It was the gray one, 4-door. We took it off-roading and all that stuff. That thing was probably the most viral car I've ever had to this day, was that gray one. Yeah, so I mean, that's where it all started, was just working a normal job. They gave me an office at the 9-to-5 job, and I would go in there. We barely did anything. We just got paid by the hour. But they gave me an office, so I brought my MacBook there every single day. I would work on the website, and I'd work on my YouTube, like editing videos and stuff like that. And I'd go home, be up till 2 a.m. I mean, there's a bunch of old videos from like a year or so ago of me and Mason, me and Frankie, me and Travis, up till 2 a.m. on work nights. We'd somehow get back to work at 6 o'clock in the morning on time. And man, that's how it started. What's just that?
So during that time, I know there's a lot of comments out there that say, "Oh, mommy and daddy's money." So how much did your parents help you out in terms of building out the YouTube channel in the first part, if at all?
Yeah. They gave me a place to sleep. That was about it. I mean, ever since I turned 16, I mean, my dad was like, "Yo, you're 16. You make your own money now." I started working at a pool in my neighborhood. And then once I got that job, he's like, "All right, your money's your money." He gave me no money. There's a lot of mommy and daddy money comments, but I promise. I mean, dude, look at the cars they have. I don't have like a fucking Lamborghini. Like, I don't have that much money. Trust me. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't get any money from them. They just gave me a place to sleep. I still live with them now, but still waiting on YouTube to pay a little bit more money.
Travis, how about you? How was your, growing up, getting into all this? How did you guys meet in the first place, and how did you grow up? Where are you from?
I'm from Southern Maryland. I grew up in PG for probably about 6-7 years through the childhood. I was at my body shop with my dad, and I was getting introduced to all the cars and whatnot. And that's where I was like, yeah, I like cars. So growing up, I had a bunch of mechanics in the family and whatnot, and just got the interest of vehicles. My buddy Mason Douglas was working with Wyatt at the time, and that's how I met Wyatt through the work. Started messing with Wyatt a little bit, got into the BMWs and stuff, and just went up from there.
Very cool.
Oh yeah.
I want to get into what was your first introduction to cars, like themselves as a kid? Were you like a Need for Speed kid, a video game kid, or you like going to shows? Like, how do you get introduced to cars?
It's weird because nobody in my family actually is even into cars like whatsoever. Like, none of my uncles, my dad, none of them are into cars at all. I really think YouTube, honestly, is what got me into cars, for real. Because just watching content, I think Tanner Fox at the time was like popping.
He was big, dude. Guaczilla?
Yeah,
Yeah,
when he
that
got the
was huge.
GTR, and then his boy Jake got the M4, the BMW M4. I think that's really what got me into BMWs. Because I remember the first car I ever bought, the E46, I always tell my dad, I was like, dude, I want a BMW, I want nothing else. He was like, yo, there's the Civic, it's got a spoiler on it, it's sporty. I'm like, nah, dude, I want a BMW, no matter what it is. And he's like, it's too expensive. But, I bought the first 325 for like $2,000. And I remember on the ride home, the fuel pump went out. My dad was fucking pissed. Oh. He's like, yeah, I told you BMWs were pieces of shit. But we got it swapped, and it ran perfect ever since. And I had it for a year and a half. And I got in 2 accidents with that car. But I remember, so I rear-ended somebody the first time, and he was acting like his back hurt and all this shit. But I was going like 10 miles per hour in the snow. He's just being a little pussy about it. And so that was that. And then one morning in the E46, I was on the way to school, and I got rear-ended. I was like, bet. I'm about to get my bag up real quick. So he put a little scratch on my rear bumper, and I remember his insurance sent me like $2,000. I went to the junkyard the same day because I went to school because my mom was like, you're going to school, you're fine. The car drives. So I pulled up to the school parking lot. Right after that, I tried popping the dent out. It wouldn't come out. So I go straight to the junkyard by my house, get a new bumper for $50. And then the dude's insurance wound up sending me $2,000. And as an 18-year-old, I was like, bro, I could buy a mansion right now.
You're up.
Yeah, I'm up right now. So yeah, that was that.
Yeah. What was your first mod, like first car mod as like a teenager or whatever? Were you always like handy, like with cars?
Yeah, I never could afford people working on my shit, so I
Yeah.
just did it myself. I would say the first mod was probably, so coilovers on my first car, the E46.
Oh, you went coilovers, not springs.
Yeah, well, max speeding rods. So they were like
that's okay.
$300. But I remember I did not have a debit card at the time because my mom was like, I know you're going to buy dumb shit with this. You're not getting it. So I just had an ATM card at the time, so I could not buy anything online. So as soon as I get my debit card in the mail, she's like, do not buy coilovers, because that's all I could talk about. I was like, I won't. Go to my room, bought the coilovers right away. So that's the first mile, was the coilovers on the E46. And then I did like a gray plasti dip on the whole thing. It looks so bad.
Wait, on the whole body of the car? Oh, jeez.
So I went to school, and kids would give me a thumbs down. I'd be like, yo, what the fuck's his problem? And then now I realize, dude, it looked like shit. It literally looked like somebody sprayed primer on my car. It looked so bad.
Was there anyone else at like your high school that were like had cool cars, like competitive, anything like that?
Where we're from, it's a lot of trucks. So they would do like burnouts in the back of the parking lot every time we got to school.
What is up with the truck kids? I That happens in my school right now.
Yeah, I mean,
In Westchester, Pennsylvania.
that's all they did. So it was a bunch of rednecks because where we're from, we got a whole lot of country boys. So they would do burnouts in their Duramaxes all the time, and then I'll pull up my little BMW. They hated on me.
Yeah.
And me and my one friend who had an E46 at the time too, we would like speed through the parking lot, but we're not doing burnouts in the parking lot. So we'd have the school cops come out and talk to us all the time, like, yo, you got to cut it off. And we're like, yo, the truck kids are doing burnouts all the time. And we're going like 20 miles per hour in the parking lot. It's not that serious.
Yep. So getting into like YouTube, where did the decision, like, did you have like a plan, I guess, when you started YouTube? Were you like, I want to stay to a schedule, like once a week, whatever? And did you have like a set plan, or were you just kind of going all in?
Yeah, so I mean, me and my one friend with the E46 back in high school, we started the channel together. So the very OGs remember before 1,000 subs, it was called H&W, was the YouTube channel name. And then at 1,000 subs, I was like more serious about it, like doing the YouTube and stuff like that. So I just changed it to my name. So, I mean, from there, it's just, like I said, I always wanted to be a YouTuber. That's all I wanted to do because that's all I watched. I didn't watch TV or anything like that. It was just straight YouTube, like Logan Paul, like all those Vine kids who started YouTube. That's all I watched. So, and I thought that was the coolest shit in the world. So I just wanted to be that. But as far as scheduling, it was like, I would like to be weekly, but where the content is now, it's like I have to put a little more thought into it, especially like this year, like kind of scripting it out a little bit more, just trying to figure out what happens in the video to make it entertaining because, like I said, after I put the Big Turbo on the black 335, the views went up like crazy, and everything went stupid on TikTok and stuff like that.
I remember that because I met you guys at Impact before you were big. I remember I said, I'll give you a free exhaust if you get like 15,000 likes. And you were like, that's impossible. Like, this is a waste of time. Now you're doing that on the normal for the most part, which is great.
The first time I met Brandon, it was my second year going to Impact. And me, Frankie, Shane, and Peyton show up. And me and Frankie are just like drunk as fuck. Just walk around this car meet. And then I always heard about Valvetronic, like through TikTok and like all the advertisements you guys do all the time. So I walk up to him and I don't even know what we said, but me and Frankie were drunk. And then me and Brandon have been boys ever since. We just walked up to him off way too many Bud Lights.
And now Shane and Peyton work for Valvetronic.
Yeah, exactly. Full circle.
So we got 2 out of 4 you guys so far.
Yeah, exactly.
15,000 likes for exhaust.
When he said 15,000 likes at the time, I was like, I might as well just buy it.
Yeah, we let Peyton rev the RS7, and he was the happiest kid in the world.
Yeah.
I revved the E90 M3 for you guys, and you were like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, the safety car?
No. We had a white 4-door E90 M3.
Okay.
I love that car. I spent so much time. That was a DCT, but it had the full titanium system. It was great.
Yeah.
So that was there because I drove it to that show because I had a GTI at the time that just didn't run correctly. So I just borrowed that most of the time, and they wanted me to rev it, so I was revving the piss out of that car.
Yeah, because we just kept hyping Brandon up. We're like, rev it! We're like drunk as shit.
Yeah, they were egging me on, and then Jason, the owner of Impact, came over to me. He was like, you need to chill out. I was like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that happens. We're a little bit of a rowdy people over here. We got a rowdy squad.
That's a perfect segue into my next question, actually, because people, I kind of, since knowing you, I understand you in person. I know you as a person outside of YouTube.
Yeah.
And then I watch your videos too. So what is the difference between you acting or, changing your personality for a YouTube video versus in real life? Like, how do you do that?
So, I mean, like, real life, if you meet me in person, I'm more of like a laid-back, kind of low-key guy, but when I'm on YouTube, obviously, it's like, bro, you got to be entertaining. You got to be 130% at all times because, people are watching you. Nobody wants to watch some boring shit, especially with, like, short-term, like TikTok and Instagram Reels. People are there for 60 seconds. You got to entertain them quickly. So it's like there's no time for, like, showing what you do with your life and shit like that. Like, nobody cares anymore. Mm-hmm. So, I would say, like, the real-life me is definitely more so, like, introverted, like, low-key. And then, obviously, on YouTube, I'm just trying to be entertaining. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
In terms of fan experiences, I know because I was there for one of the bad ones that you've had. What is your best fan experience versus your worst fan experience? Because I know people think that you're acting in your YouTube videos is you all the time, and they come up to you with a lot of energy.
They do.
And you're just like, whoa.
Yeah.
So can you give me like your best fan experience of somebody that came up to you, and then your worst fan experience?
I mean, best, it's like, I've had a lot of fans come up. They're just like genuine people. I sit there and have a conversation with them for like 30 or so minutes. But like you said, a lot of people do come up with a lot of energy because they see what they see in the videos and like, yo, this kid's wired all the time. So they come up to me with like all this fucking energy, and I'm like, yo. Like, I understand, but it's like, yeah, I'm just a normal person too.
Is there a specific time that you were just like, wow, like that sucked?
Yes. We have a shop in Maryland where we have, it's like public address and all that stuff, where people can buy parts, local pickup, and get their cars worked on. And we've had somebody show up. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I will when you say it.
So, bro shows up, and he's like mind blown that we're actually there. It's like, well, it's a public address. Obviously, we're there. I pretty much, at the shop we have, I pretty much live there. Like, I'm there all the time. And bro shows up, and he FaceTimes this boy. He's like, yo, look where I'm at. He goes up to Travis's car, flings his hood up. It bounces off the car that's on the lift above it. He's like, he's got an LS in this BMW, blah, 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 blah. Like, all that. He's just running around our shop like he owns it. But it's like...
Wait, so he damaged your hood?
He walked into the shop, and I watched him just take the hood and just...
Yeah, all the way up. Like 130 miles per hour up.
And I was like, like, are you serious right now? And it was like this close from the tire that was on the lift above it. Yeah. And I was like, that's a lucky guy today. I'm not going to lie. I was going to confront him about it.
Yeah.
But he was wired. He was bouncing all through the shop, lifting shit up, touching everything. And I'm looking at Wyatt, and I'm like, what's this guy doing?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a pretty crazy experience.
Yeah, I mean, that happens a lot. Like the fans who come at us with a lot of energy because, I mean, that we're high energy in all the videos. But, I mean, there's always like, in the videos, there's always like 6 hours of uncut footage because, I mean, there's a lot of stuff goes on that we don't put in the videos because we just try to keep everything super entertaining. I'm not looking for any like drops in the retention rate or anything like that. I mean, the only drops in the retention rate recently has been like the brand deals, but that's hard to go without because you got to do a brand deal for 60 seconds or so like that. So, I mean, that's about it.
What was the, like, was there a specific video that, like, kind of blew off? Like, what was your first video that got a lot of traction?
Yeah, it was my first 335, put the big turbo on it. I remember...
You're standing on your roof, right? Weren't you, like, on the roof with the turbo?
So I started on the roof with the turbo because me and Frankie... like, yo, we got to make this video. Like, we got to get people. We got to turn something around. We went from DIY to, like, you know, big shit. We got to make it somehow, and you can't get there on DIY shit. So I'm on the roof of my house, and I'm just holding the turbo. And I honestly think that's what kept the retention for a lot of people. It's like, yo, why is this kid on the roof with a turbo? So I put a big turbo, 6466, on my M54. And after that, the video went crazy, posted clips on my TikTok. Those all went crazy. And now a lot of the people with my recent videos, it's like there's a lot of other TikTok accounts who clip my stuff and they get more views than I've ever got in my life. Like there's accounts that they DM me, they're like, yo, I just got 11 million views on TikTok off of this clip of your video. I'm like, holy shit, that's more than I've ever got in my life. So like my most viewed content is an E46 I bought for $1,000, put 3 turbos on it.
I remember that.
And I revved it for 60 seconds straight. People thought it was edited. No, I deadass did it. And that was like the 6th take too. Because I was like revving it and then I was talking to Steph and I was like, is that long enough? He was like, it'd be cooler if the video like cut after 60 seconds and you're still revving it. So I was like, fuck, all right, bet. So I hop back in and I'm just revving it until the TikTok ends. And now, I mean, that video got like 7.6 million on my personal TikTok and it was reposted like 1 million times. But I mean, a lot of people think that a lot of followers come from TikTok, which they do, but you have to be consistent on YouTube with bangers, like constant bangers. I mean, there's way too many people who put a lot of money into YouTube videos nowadays where you can't slouch on a single video. Every single one's got a hit. So a lot of people complain about me not uploading a lot, but it's like, dude, I stress myself out. It's like, for instance, my last video with this, we put the M54 and 335 trans in the car. It's at like 210,000 views in 2 weeks. It's like it stresses me out every day. I'm like, how do I one up that? Like, I'm so stressed about every clip. So that's why a lot of times now I script it out. I'm like, we have to do this. This is entertaining. It gets harder and harder on me because it's like I have to one up my last video and it becomes an endless game.
Are there any videos out there that are fully edited that just haven't made it out there? That you just you were editing them and you finished it and you were like, it's just not good enough. I'm gonna scrap it.
The only one I can think of is Travis's LS build. So that thing was supposed to be running last February, and we're in July.
Yeah.
So we're a little bit behind on schedule on that. But no, a lot of the stuff that doesn't make the main channel, I just put it on my second channel, because like I want to turn my second channel into like kind of more like one-on-one, less editing, less entertainment, kind of just like getting to know us, just talking.
Like behind the scenes kind of
Yeah,
thing.
behind the scenes type shit. So yeah, I don't think there's any like YouTube videos that haven't made the cut other than his right now.
He's just super anal when it comes to editing. So he'll be sitting there, he'll edit some, and then think 5 or 6 times, and he's like, "Nah, that's not good enough. That's not good." So he'll just be back and forth until it's like, until he's satisfied.
Perfectionist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it takes like 8 to 10 hours for me to edit a YouTube video, and there's times where like, if I say something wrong in a video, I'm like, "Fuck." So the next morning, I'll put on the same fit I was wearing in that clip, and I'll rerun it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you did that.
No, I do
that's
that.
a
Yeah, so
lot.
I'll throw on the same fit. I'm like, that whole thing didn't play out how I wanted it when editing it, so I'll throw on the same fit, rerun it, and then yeah. I mean, people don't know. If you're wearing the same fit, they can't tell.
It's dedication. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Is there any, like, what is the most expensive video that you've ever filmed?
Most expensive video. Like without return, you mean?
No, just like the most expensive to produce. Whether that's the parts that you used in it, the cars you used in it.
Yeah. I mean, we've done like 3. I'd probably say the first shit car build, which we call it around the shop now, is the gray 4-door 335. I spent like $5,500 on the car. I remember trying to drive it out of the parking lot after buying it on Facebook, and I could not drive a manual to save my life.
I remember watching that video.
So
now.
I brought my neighbor who could drive manual, and I was like trying to get out the parking lot, and in the video I was like, yo, all right, we got to swap. I cannot get out of this parking lot. But that one had a good return because that car is almost more popular than like any of them. The gray 4-door, and then probably the first E46 I put 3 turbos on was probably like the most viewed content I've ever put out there, ever.
That was an expensive video to create.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah. Because I bought the car with intentions of blowing that shit up.
The Max Speeding Rod sent you those turbos, right? Or did you have to
For
pay
the
for them?
E46? No, they sent them to me,
They
yeah.
sent
Yeah.
How did you approach that? Did you just go, yeah, like, I'll take 3 of them?
Well, they've been hitting me up for a minute, and they're like, yo, we want to send you coilovers, we want to send you turbos. So I kind of never opened their DM ever. And then eventually, when I got the E46, because I mean, we're trying to expand on shit that hasn't been done. And I would confidently say that in the BMW world, we've done a lot of shit that people have not done on YouTube. And 3 turbos on a 325. So they've been hitting me up for a while. They're like, we want to send you this, we want to send you that. Left them on like unread for a while. I was like, all right, I got a video idea for you. We need 3 of the biggest turbos that you can possibly make. So then they showed up. We did it. I remember taking the stock exhaust, cut them off, flipped them upside down, put them back on the motor, and just welded these random Amazon pipes to make a turbo kit. And then the 3 turbos kept falling over because there's so much weight on top. Because it's like a 88 millimeter turbo, like way too big. So it kept falling over. So we welded a 17 mil wrench to the top turbo just to hold it up for the video. And it never made boost once in its life.
Oh, I was going to ask
No,
you.
it never did.
It didn't make anything at all?
No. So it even caught on fire, like, because the oil started going everywhere. It caught on fire, and then the next morning it started right up again. I mean, M54 is the most reliable motor you can ever buy in your life.
Not for Shane.
Well, not for Shane.
Out of curiosity, like, was COVID like good for your channel? Like, did you grow a lot over that COVID shutdown time?
So COVID was a lot of the start of it. Like, I was
Okay.
still in DIY,
Yeah.
like showing you how to do shit. And that's like when I was dropping out of college and shit like that, because I knew I didn't have a future in doing like a normal job, because all I wanted to do, all I thought about every single day was just YouTube.
Yeah.
So yeah, COVID didn't really do anything to my channel because I didn't really start like getting popular on YouTube till early last year when I dropped the Big Turbo 335 video. I mean, ever since that, it's been like a ride, like straight up. And I just kept trying to one-up myself over and over and over again.
Yeah.
In terms of sponsors and things like that, so that's a big part of YouTube. That's probably, correct me if I'm wrong, I think sponsors are the biggest form of income for.
Yeah, 100%.
So how do you go about choosing your sponsors? Is there like do you have like a folder in your emails that shows a bunch of sponsors and you kind of pick and choose?
Yeah, so, I mean, there's brands every single day who hit me up and they're like, review our product for X amount of money, and then you come back at them and you tell them your price, and then you say that you get 60 seconds in a YouTube video for this amount of money, and then, I mean, I am kind of like choosy on who it is because I get hit up like every single day. I mean, some of it's like hair product for girls. I'm like, dude, your
doesn't make any sense.
your brand's not going to work on my
They need a new marketing team ASAP.
Yeah,
They're going
big
for the
time.
wrong market.
So, I mean, a lot of the brands that work out good for my channel is like Manscaped, like a lot of the dudes, because I have 99% male audience.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no girls watching.
Doesn't surprise me
Yeah,
at all.
yeah, exactly. So, I mean, a lot of our channel is fucking cars up and drinking. So, when female products come in for brand deals, it's like kind of makes no sense, and they yeah, I mean, we don't take them.
Was there a sponsor that you ever like fanboyed over where you're like, oh my god, like
Manscaped for sure.
Yeah.
Manscaped's a sick one.
that's a great company
Yeah.
because I mean I was a user of Manscaped, like regardless of all the advertisements, it's a cool company to be a part of.
Yeah, but what kind of sucks is the one Manscaped ad I got was when we off-roaded that gray 335, and that video didn't do as well as I wanted it to, so it kind of sucked. But I mean, Manscaped was sick. Code Wyatt on Manscaped. That's sick.
Does it last the code lasts forever?
Oh yeah, you can go right now and buy it.
Oh shit! I need to re-up on my.
Hey, if you need a 4.0 lawnmower, whatever the hell they call it, Code Wyatt right there.
What about the 330? It was 335 truck build, right?
Yeah.
Can you walk us through the process of the whole idea behind that?
Yeah, so I have like a long notes list in my notes on my iPhone. There's just a bunch of random shit. A lot of stuff I can't afford right now because there's wild ideas in my notes list, but I cannot afford them right now. So I bought a black 335 with intentions of making it a truck. I got it for, what did we get it for?
I want to say less than 2,000.
Yeah, it was like 1,500 probably. And so he said the motor wouldn't start, but the motor was not locked up. So we tow it back to my shop, and I started fucking with it for like 3 days. And then nothing was working. I thought it was a dead starter. There was a lot of weird electrical issues. So I'm like, all right, this isn't adding up. Because I tried a bunch of stuff. Like the ignition would turn on and everything. So I put a socket on the crankcase, try to turn it. It's locked. We got me and Stefan hanging on the ratchet, trying to pull this thing down. So the motor's locked. It's done. So I wound up parting out the car. But that was going to be the car that was going to be the truck. So then I'm like, fuck, dude, it's been like 10 days without a YouTube video. And I get shit for that all the time, not uploading a lot. But there's a lot of shit that goes wrong with that I don't put in the YouTube video. Like that black car that had the locked out motor, nobody even knows about that. Because it's like, who cares? They just want to see entertainment. So I wind up finding this. Stefan sent me a $2,500 335. And I'm like, send the dude my number on Facebook. I'm like, yo, call me right now. I need this instantly. So he FaceTimes me. Like, this is going to sound weird, but I run a YouTube channel. I'm going to buy this car on Facebook. Like, on FaceTime, my bad. So I'm like, I got a tow guy coming. I'm going to PayPal you $2,500 when the tow truck arrives. So a bunch of shit went wrong. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. The tow truck finally comes. And this dude thought I was going to scam him. Like, the whole time, he like kept calling me. He's like, man, I don't know about this internet shit, blah, blah, blah. Like, are you trying to fuck me over?
Was it an old guy or a younger guy?
No, he was a younger guy.
Oh.
But, so anyways, I wound up sending him the money. The car's on the tow truck, comes back to us. And first video, probably like 3 minutes in, Travis has got a Diablo bait from Home Depot. Diablo, you don't pay me to say this, but you're the greatest brand to exist ever. Dude, in 3 blades, we cut the whole back end of a BMW off.
That's
in
it?
3 blades. Yeah, in 20 minutes. So airbags are going off with the battery still plugged in. We don't give a fuck. We're like, we gotta get this video done. So airbags are blowing in Travis's face. He's cutting down the back of a BMW. So we got a whole BMW truck. I upload the first video. It flops hard. I'm like, fuck. So then the next video, it's like, all right, we go street racing. So I might have been a little bit liquidated when filming this video, but we pull up to this race spot, and I'm talking shit. I got the door wide open because the windows don't work because Travis cut one too many wires. So the windows don't work. We're pulling up to this race meet by us, and I'm like opening the door to these Subaru kids. I'm like, what do y'all want to do? And I'm not like that, but I'm off to liquidation. So I'm like, what do y'all want to do? And then they're all scared of it. We're sitting there talking for like fucking 20 minutes. None of them wanted it. So we pull up to these Mustang kids. Like, all right, who wants to run this? I mean, dude, we're in a BMW with half of the car cut off. It's, yeah.
6-inch stack sticking up.
Yeah, we had a 6-inch, no, it was 8-inch. 8-inch stack hanging out the back of the truck. And so we pull up to these Mustang kids, and we're like, yeah, who wants to run it? It's for content. Because none of them want to run it. I mean, we're sitting there revving them. We're revving at them and all that shit. So we finally wind up racing them. The video actually does pretty good. It does like 100K in a week, which is pretty good for sure. But it's still not like on par with what I wanted. It was definitely the truck build was the first one where I feel like the views weren't doing as good as they should have because I came off
First slump.
Yeah, it was the first slump. Like since before the first initial blow up, it was the first decrease. Especially coming off the triple turbo E46. I mean, those views were retarded. Mm-hmm. It was insane. So that video goes by, and I'm like, I really want to just part this car out, get rid of it, because it wasn't pulling views. So I'm not making money off the car. I mean, I got to get rid of it. I mean, it's my business.
Yeah.
I make YouTube videos. So I want to get rid of it, but I said if I got 5K likes in a day, that I'll put a big turbo on it, and like make it run good. So it gets 5K likes in like 20 hours. So I'm like, but the views weren't still good. But I mean, it still hit the 5K spot. So I was like, all right, whatever, I'll do it. So me and Travis and Stefan are all grinding, put the big turbo kit on it for a video that I think is going to flop. Like, I had no faith in it. So we put the big turbo on it, this, that, and the third. And the video just like okay again. Like not worthy enough of keeping it going. So we put in like 40 hours of work of making the single turbo video happen on the truck, just to pull it all apart. Right after that video went up, we pulled it all apart. I bought the E46, and then now the truck motor sits in the E46.
What do you think about the G80 and like G82 truck builds? Have you seen those like SEMA and stuff?
Yeah. Well,
We were at Invasion,
Yeah.
and you were like, if I had money, I'd have a whole fleet of these things.
oh yeah, dude. If I had money, I'd have G80s hanging off cranes. I'd be throwing them over buildings. Don't give me money. That's all I'm saying. If I get money, it's bad for the BMW world.
He'll start buying like M5 CSs, kit M4s, and just like rolling them down hills.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the thing is a lot of people get mad at me for ruining BMWs, but it's like, dude, there's so much content out there on making BMWs clean, and like doing full bolt-ons and just vlogging that. But it's like, I'm here to switch it up a little bit. I mean, do stupid shit.
What's your favorite car that you've owned or built?
340.
The 340?
The 340 is like, dude, I drove it to Florida 2 times, and it's on 30 PSI on the big turbo setup, 6466 top mount. No problems. No problems ever.
You do daily that?
Yeah, I daily it every single day.
It's crazy.
Go to the shop every single day, like 30 miles and back, no problem. I put 30,000 miles on it in like a year, and no problems ever on a 30 PSI tune.
And how long has it been since you changed your oil?
14,000 miles.
14. I got a notes list in my phone from my car's last oil change. The 340 is currently at 112,000, and the note says 98,000. So it's been 14,000 miles, but I'm about to sell it. So if you're gonna buy the car, I changed the oil last month. Just saying.
Is there an audience favorite build?
Audience favorite build?
Yeah.
I mean the OG 335, the first one I had.
There you go.
They always ask for it back, which I understand, because it's the thing that started everything. But I don't know. I just want to switch it up. I get, to make it in the YouTube world, you always constantly got to switch it up. You cannot ride one trend forever because you'll die off. So that's why, like, every 4 videos, I get a new car. I mean, they're not nice new cars. I bought that for $1,600. So we're on that type budget.
Hey, and it runs and drives.
Oh, yeah. Look, it drove right in here.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It drove right here.
If you had all of the money in the world, I wouldn't even say this would be for content. This would be for you personally.
Yeah.
What is the dream car?
Honestly, the next car I'm going to get, the M240.
Really?
Yeah, I mean that's the dream car. I mean, never in my life would I think I'd be able to afford a Ferrari or anything like that. So my dream car is not a supercar or anything like that. I mean, to be honest, I don't even have like a dream car. It's
Really?
just like,
Interesting.
I mean, I'm more so like dedicated on making good BMW YouTube videos more so than like having nice cars.
All right, so then more tailored to what you're interested in, what is your dream engine build?
See, I'm just here for good content.
Really?
I mean, I don't even really look into that car shit like that. I just want to make good content because the M54 that came out at 335 is like a lot of people watch that shit because I mean it's an affordable car. I mean you can get a car with an M54 in it for like $7,000. So I mean you can afford that shit.
Do you think I know the N54 has a lot of hate for its unreliability?
Oh, big time.
So is it true?
Yes, it is.
N54 life
Yes,
sucks.
it does.
Okay.
It definitely does. But when it works for sure. But I will say my 340, the B58, can't beat it.
So
I'll stand by
which
that.
one would you choose? The N54 or the B58 if you had to choose one?
For, like if I had one and only
If
car.
you had one and only car?
B58.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. For reliability, B58 all day.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. This has been controversial all over the internet. Can I throw out thoughts on the new M5? Weighs more than the sun. All this stuff.
The M5 weighs more than the sun.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the new M5?
See, I don't even look at it because I can't afford it. I don't even look at new shit because I can't afford it.
Have you seen the memes?
I've seen the memes. Yeah,
Bro.
they're pretty funny.
I mean, the sun probably weighs a good bit. I mean, like, gotta be more than an M5. I'd say. If I had M5 money, it'd be bad.
I don't even know how much it actually weighs. It's
Check
like
it.
it's
Look
insane.
it up.
Can we
I
get a
think
quick
it's
Google?
like 7,000 pounds or something.
7,000?
It's something ridiculous.
It's got to be like 5,000 or 7,000. 5,300.
5,300 pounds.
Oh, that ain't bad.
It's getting so much hate though, because it's the hybrid. I think that the batteries are killing it.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
I'd still take one. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Dude, if I had new M5 money, you better watch out.
I want to get into so Webby's Auto Parts, right? That's your shop.
Yeah, Shop Webbies.
Shop
Yeah.
Webby's. So where did the idea for that come around?
It's like, when you start YouTube, you make no money. And still now, I mean, like the views I pull now, still make really no money for what you do. Like the amount of time you put into it, that revenue is terrible. So, Webby's was more so like I'm friends with Brian from Colorado M5X. So
He's a good guy. We were with him at SEMA.
Yeah. So we went out there, me and Frankie, last November, or two Novembers ago now, and we just seen his whole operation going down. We're like, this is very doable. So start selling parts. I mean, it's kind of easy as far as like, just selling parts. And I have somebody who answers emails and fulfills all the orders. So it's more so like making more money to keep the YouTube content flowing. Because at the end of the day, it's all about just making the good content. I mean, we sell parts and we do good at it. And but it's all about the YouTube channel at the end of the day.
Yeah, 100%. I want to. So what you guys were telling me the story the other week that you had a 340 that was Shane's dad's.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
right?
Yeah. So I bought the 340 off Shane's dad.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, great deal. For sure.
We've all, me, Shane, and Wyatt have all driven that car because that's the car that made me buy my 340.
Yeah.
So it's so funny how it all comes full circle.
Yeah. What's that? 20. No, we're not talking numbers. I'm about to sell it. Yeah, I spent $30,000 on it.
It's a much different car now than
Oh,
when
yeah,
you bought it because
big
it was a
time.
non-M Sport stock, 90,000
Yo, I got
miles.
so much shit for not buying an M Sport. It's like, yo, I don't make money off YouTube. I'm buying what I can buy.
And it still does the same thing. It still got a B58.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the biggest thing is dude, it's gotten bad recently. Like probably 3 times a week, I'll get a DM. It's like, yo, send me X amount of money. My car just broke down. I'm like, I'd love to send you that much money. I'm broke too, buddy. Like, I don't have the money to send to you just out of nowhere off a DM. And I would if I had that money, but I don't. I mean, look at Brandon's wrist. Versus
I
my
don't know
wrist.
what you're talking
Versus my
about.
wrist. YouTube don't pay well.
Your 340's for sale too.
My 340 is possibly for sale. It's also for the same price, $30,000, but it's a real M Sport.
Mine's cooler.
Great car, great car.
Oh, yeah.
I want to. Well, you'd smoke me in a race, but I wanted to see how it stacks up at some point because I think we tried to race, but I don't think we really did.
It's definitely up if you want it after this podcast. No, but I got.
Yeah, we'll put the clip in. We'll put the clip in.
Yeah. We'll just. Hey, Brandon, where'd you go?
I just remember the last time we were together, we were driving. We were going back from we're at some steakhouse or something. I forget. We were all eating together after a meet, and I raced a C8 Corvette, and I kind of smoked him low key on a roll.
Oh yeah.
And then he pulls up right next to him, and he's like, I was like, all right, I warmed up the C8, so Wyatt's about to smoke him. So he goes rolling anti-lag. All of a sudden, I just see two massive
We don't gotta
flames
talk about this one.
out the bottom of his car, and it just like stops, and I I was like, oh.
For anyone who's interested in the car, that was not real. Sorry.
Allegedly, he tried to make sure you put your thumb on the thing. Allegedly, he was trying to roll race, and it didn't launch correctly.
Allegedly, it was all AI for sure.
Yeah. I got the video on my phone. I was
No,
recording the whole thing.
he doesn't. $30,000 car runs like a top. I promise.
Never used, hardly used.
No, you ready for the most wild story of being a Brandon though?
Yes. Let me hear it.
All right. What was it? 2 years ago or a year ago?
I think if you're talking about Impact, it was a year ago.
We're talking Impact. You
Oh,
know
yeah.
what I'm talking about. So, I let all the Valvetronic boys stay at a place in Pennsylvania.
a humble abode.
Yep. And we get there, and within 5 minutes, Travis is sitting on the roof smoking a blunt. About two of them. Absolutely hammered. We get hammered instantly. So, there was a girl at the house. I will not say whose girl it is, but it was somebody's at the crib. So, we're going to the lake. There's a lake right behind the house.
Beautiful spot.
Beautiful spot. So there's a little bench right there by the lake. You know, you and the fellas.
Everybody was toking a little bit on the bench, enjoying the view.
Yep, just enjoying the view. All of a sudden, we hear. I'm like, yo, me and Brandon turn around. Shorty's got a gun. Yo, like a pink gun too.
Bro, we disarmed her so fast.
Yeah, you would have thought we were the cops. It was game over for sure.
I forget. Did I grab the gun and eject because it was a round? It was loaded. It was in the chamber.
Yeah.
She literally cocked it, got a round in the chamber, and I forget if you grabbed the gun or I grabbed the gun or somebody else did. You grabbed it.
Yeah.
And then you handed. I took it out of your hands and I completely dropped the mag and pulled the slide and got it empty.
Yeah.
And I hit it in a glass bowl.
Yeah,
the
I
most
remember.
obvious place.
And then-
Because sorry, continue.
No, and then she kept looking for the gun afterwards. And it's wild that we have to even deal with the one girl at the house has a gun with bullets in the mag. Fully loaded. So it's in the glass bowl. And she's like, where'd y'all put my gun? Like, not trusting us. Like, Shorty, you just brought out a gun to 6 dudes at a crib. Like, calm down. So, yeah, she didn't find it for a while, and she got told to go home at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Meanwhile, she was like asking us where it was while she's like standing over it.
Yeah, she's literally right there.
It was hilarious.
That was
scary.
wild. It was definitely wild.
Because I know that at one point it was aiming at me, like it was directly at me,
Yep.
the gun, and I was like, all right.
So,
This is
actually,
it.
to go back to clips that have not made the internet, that's one of them. Shout out Peyton Hall on the sideline.
Oh yeah, he was recording the whole
He
thing.
recorded I was like, oh, fuck. Yeah, he was right on it. That video will never make YouTube, but it happened for sure.
Does it still exist somewhere, or is it deleted completely?
I got a
Check the archives.
I got a hard drive that's got a lot of random shit on it. It might be on there. But yeah, that's definitely a wild story. Nobody got shot that night, thankfully, but we're all alive.
Do you have any other crazy stories that you want to tell on the pod?
Oh, he's got a lot.
Not that I want to tell on the pod. Not that I want to tell
All
on
right,
the pod.
that's all we got.
Yeah, you got the gun. You got the shorty with the gun story.
Perfect.
That's all we need to do here.
Do you have anything else on your notes?
I was gonna run through just like, are your parents still overall supportive? Like, obviously with your success continuing to build, like they're
Yeah.
supportive of everything.
Yeah, so I mean, I still live with my parents because obviously
Yeah.
I don't make, especially with this house market now, I do not make enough to be buying a house right now.
It's crazy.
So, I mean, the first time my parents got irritated with me was I bought the grade 335, brought it home, and that's my third vehicle now. And my dad, I literally filmed it all. You can see in the video.
I thought it was fake.
No, it was real. Rick don't fuck around. So So he's like,
Oh, we got the name. It's Rick Webster.
ah, shit, don't look
Find
it
the
up
channel,
on YouTube.
find the channel.
Don't look it up.
He's got different last names.
Yeah. So I pull up, I unannounced, did not tell him I was buying a new car. And he's like, I'm like, yo, come check out my new car. So I'm like, this is perfect for content. My mom comes out, she's like, where the hell are you gonna put this? And my dad comes out, he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Where the hell you think you're gonna put this car? You already got too many cars. So in the video, he's like, you gotta buy a garage to put this in. It's not staying in my house. And he was not playing around. The next morning, the brand new video after I bought that car was, what's up, guys? So I just bought a garage. Because
That was that small one-car garage, right?
Yes,
That was before the Webby's headquarters.
Yeah. So I literally bought a storage unit, and for 3 months I was there, which feels like, dude, it feels like so long ago, but it was literally last year, the end of last year. So it was me, Stefan, Travis, Frankie, Mason. We were working on this gray BMW in there, 335, and in a storage unit. Like, I got the biggest storage unit they had, and I remember the owner of the storage unit lived upstairs, and we work on the car all the time. We come out one night from trying to put the turbo on the manifold, and she's like, I know you're not working on cars in there. I'm like, oh, no, I'm definitely not. She's like, I'm fucking with you. You're good. Just don't let the owner know about it. I'm like, all right, thank God she's cool. She's literally living upstairs. Like, the person who owns the storage unit I was at lives upstairs. So, I would be there till like 3 a.m. by myself with a little speaker trying to get this turbo on the front
Did you have
car.
like power and everything in there?
We had to run an extension cord from the bathroom.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all we had. It was extension cord from the bathroom. We were like 30 feet over. And then we had, we all wired up some lights.
Yeah, light up top. Had a speaker, just a speaker and a light. It was pretty much all we had.
Yeah.
And an American flag from Home Depot.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go,
Amen.
America.
Yeah, so we were in there for 3 months, and then I met Stefan, who is does all the mechanical work at our shop, like customer stuff. I met him in February, like last February, 2023. And then after that, he's like, yo, I work on cars. You sell BMW parts and make BMW YouTube content. Let's get a shop together. So we got a spot like 40 minutes from my house. Good price, good area, no AC. And right now it sucks for no AC. But we make it work. That's where we make all the content out of. And it's not a lot, but we make it work.
Yeah, everything happens for a reason. So the fact
Yeah.
that your dad said you got to get out of here led to it going to the next level, essentially.
Yeah. And they got mad at me a lot. Like when I first got the shop where we're at now, I'm there 24/7. So my parents are like, yo, we barely see you, this, that, the third. So I pretty much go to the shop as soon as I wake up, and I'm not home till like 2 o'clock in the morning. So I never see my parents. I got to try to make a couple days out of the month to see them. But I don't upload a lot, like I said. But I can promise right now, me, Travis, and Stefan, we're always fucking with something. But I just don't record a lot of the boring stuff because nobody wants to see it.
watches
There's enough like DIY building BMWs on YouTube nowadays. You don't have to.
It's the same thing with Valvetronic, too, because people always ask, like, why don't you show, like, welding clips? It's like nobody wants to see welding. They want to hear the cars and see them fly
Exactly.
by.
Yeah, especially with TikTok, like I said, Instagram Reels, it's like, dude, you have to be entertaining now. Like,
It's like a half a second you have to capture
like
their
you don't have
attention.
time to be boring. So there's like people who vlog like a lot of their lifestyle and stuff like that, and it's like nobody really cares.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Nowadays, it's so hard for people to care about that.
Yeah, vlogging is very hard.
Yes.
In terms of stuff you do, because you said you're busy most of the time. Is there
Yeah.
any side hustles, like any jobs that you do at the shop to make extra money, or is it just YouTube?
Nope. Straight YouTube and selling car parts. That's it.
DoorDash, 335 truck.
Dude, I should
Uber
do
Eats.
that. I should do that for a YouTube video. But yeah, now a lot of it's just running the website, which I got one employee running, just doing orders, and, answering emails, and then just my main focus is YouTube, trying to keep that rolling.
Bro, picking up like Uber customers and like the clapped out car.
Yeah,
that'd be
that
a
would
good
be
video.
funny.
Or in the 340 with like
Hold on.
700 horsepower and just take them for a trip.
Did y'all see the Big Turbo video?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, shout out Courtney. Yeah, so I had that title of the video in my notes for a long time. Big Girl versus Big Turbo. That was literally what it was. So we're like getting a little dry on content. I'm like, yo, Stefan, hold on. We got to swap real quick. Swap.
Cameo.
Come over here,
We got to do a
Stefan.
little cameo. Steo!
We got a whole audience on the pod today.
Yeah, we do. We got
Yeah.
a big audience right now. There's about 3,000 people over there.
They're up in the rafters too. They're all
Yeah.
watching.
So, all right. So I'm like, No, okay, hold on. Let me restart. So the first time I met Stefan with a wild idea,
Are we going way back?
we're going way back.
When is this?
We're going Platy, great car.
February?
Yeah, February. So I go, yo, Stefan, how do we put a lift kit on a BMW? That's my first phone call. He just thinks I'm a regular kid who just builds 335s. He answers the phone. So yeah, I go, yo, how do we lift a BMW? He's like, all right, so you do this, this, this. I was like, that's my man right there. That's all I need to hear. No questions asked. He told me how to lift a BMW. So back to the big girl video. I'm like, yo, Stefan, I got a video idea. We need a big girl, because there's a lot of content creators who take like good looking women out in their like fast car and shit like that. And I'm like, yo, we gotta switch it up. We need old big mamas in there. So I'm like, big girl, big turbo, need to make it happen. So then
You got to run down how we got it though.
you gotta run it down. 'cause
This
you
is
made it
Wyatt's
happen.
idea. So Wyatt downloads a dating app, and he sets preferences to if she ain't 280, she ain't a lady. So he's going on there, and he's looking for these women, right? He starts off with a match, and then he's like, "All right, listen, I run a YouTube channel. No offense, but we're looking for a big, beautiful woman like yourself."
Oh yeah.
That's a smooth pickup line.
None
right
of it
there.
worked out. I think he got blocked at about a week.
I sent about 20 of those messages and 19 blocks.
I think he got blocked. I don't even know how he came about it.
My Tinder account got banned after trying to make that video happen.
I think I was scrolling on Facebook. There's no good way to tell this story. It's messed up. It's messed up.
You just gotta tell it as it is.
I'm literally scrolling on Facebook and I see a buddy of mine out of Baltimore make a post, and it was like one of those meme posts, and he has a bunch of comments in there, like people laughing at it. And I'm scrolling through the comments, and there's this one big, beautiful woman that commented on the video, right? So I see her picture, and I click on it, and I'm like, Wyatt, she's confident. You can't even offend this woman at all.
No, not at
Her
all.
confidence is 1,000. Like, she's big, and she knows it, and she loves it, and she's here for it.
We were at a Mexican restaurant. She goes, "Yo, call me. Let me hear the idea." First thing she says on the phone is, "All right, so if you're making a video with a fat bitch, what do you want to do?" That's literally the first thing she says. I said, "Yo, Shorty's game with the video all day."
So we run over the details and what's going to go on, and she said she's going to talk to her friends about it, and they all loved the idea, and it was insane that it honestly worked out. And literally within days, Wyatt had a hot date planned for Topgolf, picked her up in the whip.
Well, wasn't it supposed to be something before, but it didn't work out? Wasn't it not supposed to be Top Golf? It was supposed to be like go-karting or something?
Okay, this is yo, Jesus. All right, so
Courtney, we love you.
So
Courtney's an
Courtney,
amazing woman.
Courtney,
I can't even lie.
that's my girl till I die. But listen, so we were on the way to.
Got clouded up after that.
She met her new boyfriend off the video. So we're driving to Shorty's house. I'm like, yo, Stefan, what are we gonna do with Shorty for the video? I'm like, go-karts. Call the go-kart place. Yo, I hate to say this. What's the weight limit? God help me. He goes, what was it, 280? 250. I'm like, have a good one. So we went to Top Golf where they didn't have a weight limit, and we made a hell of a video. I got made fun of so bad on TikTok. Everyone's like, he's disrespectful as fuck. But off camera, I was like, you're good, right? And then it was her idea for me to get on her back and go back to my car on her back. So that was the most hated clip. They were like, why do you disrespect big women, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't respond to comments because, dude, people are just going to say that
Yeah,
shit.
it's just they want you to respond to
Yeah,
them. As soon as
exactly.
you do it, it's game
Yeah,
over.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it was her idea. I'm like, we made sure of it, that she was down for it. The only disrespect you can say was the title. We did not disrespect her in real life at all whatsoever. Went to Top Golf, did a couple pulls in 340. And that video was funny as shit because it's
That
like
was
a lot
hilarious.
of, a
I
lot
was
of the,
crying.
a lot of the people who were like, use some of my DIY shit, and they're like, yo, what is this? Like, the top comment is, what does this channel turn into? It's like 2,000 likes on a comment. It's like, wow, well, you know.
You flip your thought process, though. You flip your thought process, right? Because a lot of people are like, oh, it's disrespectful. Like, why would you do that to a woman? You're body shaming. But it's like the standard of beauty, I guess, because if we were to go get what people would consider a hot, skinny fitness model, the video would be cool because there's millions of those. So why can't we flip the script someone who's confident in their body. Like, what's the difference? You see what I mean?
It's body positivity.
But people
right
are
there.
getting on there and hating for Wyatt doing this and doing that, but it's like, essentially, if you feel any sort of way, then you're the person that's shaming within the comments. Because she was 100% down for the entire video, so, because she was confident. That was a fun one.
Yeah. Is that one of your favorite videos to make?
For sure. I mean, I like doing like the not done stuff. Like that's what I'm trying to stay on is the shit that's not done. I mean, like the new stuff we got going on with the M54 and the E46. There's people who have done it, but it's not on YouTube and it's not covered. And it's like it's one thing to make a clean build, but it's one thing to just have fun with it, beat the piss out of it all the time. It's like I mean that's what people want to see. They don't want to see. They don't want to see like full bolt on and just daily driving. It's like, bro, throw that thing in a brick wall. What's up? That's what they want to see.
So, then what is next for you? Whether it's cars, builds, content, what's next?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's keep elevating on.
Turning it up.
Yeah. I mean, turning it up. I mean, eventually, well, actually, very recently, we were on a boat, and I was like, yo, no, one of my boys, Frank DG, my boy. He's like, yo, what if there was an M54 in this BMW motor, for those who don't know? I'm like, bet. Texas Stefan, yo, M54 in a boat. He texts back, yo, we got to do this. I'm like, bet it's happening next month.
He know off the top of his head, too.
No, he did research instantly on it. Yeah.
Boat M54.
Yeah. So we're gonna put a BMW motor in a boat. It's gonna make 700 horsepower. It's gonna do front flips in the water.
Front flips?
Yep. It's gonna last one video. But I mean, as far after that, it's like obviously it's just keep one-upping, like upping the budget all the time. And it's scary, but I gotta leave the BMW world eventually. I gotta do something different, something American, something Japanese, something different.
A C6 Z06.
Don't even say that. That's
Yes.
already in my notes.
Yes.
That's in my notes. That's in my notes.
Dude,
So,
that's a perfect car.
all right.
Up a little bit.
Huh?
A few of the next videos.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so what I mean by turning it up.
Flip the mic.
Wyatt,
At the gold. The gold is the front.
Gold's
Yeah.
front.
Yeah,
All
there
right,
you
so what
go.
I mean by turn it up. Wyatt's trying to obviously go above and beyond. He sees all the comments about like, please drop more videos, make the videos longer. I'm sure you guys see a million of those comments. The only reason the videos aren't dropped as often is because he wants the videos to be fire. And the only reason, or the only way that he can make these videos better and more consistent is this if he has help. The only help he has right now is me and Big Trav, essentially. So, very recently,
Slim Trav, he's been going to the gym.
no, that's always Big Trav. That's a big boy. Recently, I guess me and Wyatt came together and kind of had an agreement on how we can make this better. So I guess things to be excited for. We're just going to get better with planning, better with calendars, better with scheduling. Essentially, we have video ideas mapped out all the way to November, December timeframe. That's going to involve new cars, new builds, a boat, like you just said. I think 4 different vehicles by November. Some of them we already have in the shop, like Travis's. I'm going to have some builds coming out, so it's only going to get better. The cars are going to get faster. The destruction level is going to keep going up. The boat video might be our last video
Yeah, we might die.
ever because we're not turning that thing down. So a lot of things to look forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see all of those videos. I'm very excited for the future. The boat is gonna be crazy. I'm a big boater, so I'm excited for that.
So obviously it's like, it's my YouTube channel, but obviously I can't run it at a high scale unless I have people who help. I mean, Trav and Stefan work, I mean, like, for me, but I mean, for like no money. I can't afford employees right now.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm trying to work to the point where I can have them like on the YouTube payroll, obviously, because it's like,
we enjoy it.
yeah.
Like we enjoy making the videos, we enjoy helping out. We're really not making anything from it, maybe than a few followers on Instagram or something, but we see the vision, so.
Yeah. It's
only
the
gonna get
it's the
bigger.
beginning. It's only the beginning right
If you
now.
have people that believe in you, then you're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah. I mean, I just make enough to get Wawa breakfast every morning. I like, people think I'm loaded. I'm not.
What's the order?
What's the order?
What's the order?
For what?
Wawa.
What's your breakfast?
Oh, it depends on the day. So I hit Wawa every single day, and I'm a dummy for not having a Wawa account because I would have the most points in the entire world.
Oh, I use that all the. Yeah, 10 cents off a gallon of gas, all that. It helps.
so-
30 cents off.
I'm fucking up bad. Okay.
Filling up with a Red Bull That means it's been 3 weeks since a video dropped.
No, Cap. I show with a Red Bull every single day.
So with 2 Red Bulls, it's been a month.
Oh, if I show with 2 Red Bulls, it's been a bad day. So my Wawa order is I go in there, I go on the little tablet, give me a little breakfast sandwich, the waffle, of course. Gotta go waffle. Grab me a little, what's it? I don't even know what it's called. The dragon fruit or the peach Red Bull.
Refresher or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
I know what
Oh,
you're
the
talking
Red Bull?
about. I don't really get them, but.
Yeah, no, I mean, I have a serious caffeine addiction.
So do we all.
Red Bull every single morning. Before me and Trav and Stefan hit the gym, we take a little 16-ounce Red Bull shooter. So I got caffeine problems for sure. But yeah,
Shane's with you.
yeah.
He drinks like 3 Celsius a day.
yeah, I'm right there with you, brother. We got
So,
caffeine problems for sure. But hey, look, we got high energy in the videos. You can't tell me we don't. You would think we were off cocaine in every single video.
So to end this off,
Yeah.
what is the dream? What is the YouTube dream?
But all right, so the dream is to have a nice facility like Valvetronic right here. I mean, this dude, if we had a shop this size, the SWAT team would come in like in a week.
We just need land.
So okay, so the dream is consistently making new content that's entertaining. It's not boring. It's not like what you've seen a million times on YouTube with clean BMW builds, this, that, and the third. Like always bringing new content to YouTube. Getting all my friends on payroll, so all they have to do is worry about what we're doing for YouTube. I mean, that's kind of it. I just want to make sure that all my boys are covered as far as making enough money to live on YouTube and having a good spot to do it.
You're gonna give Whistling Diesel a run for his money out there.
oh yeah.
Don't say
Collab.
All right, Whistle and Diesel, hold on.
Cody.
So I did an editing. So they had an editing thing for Whistle and Diesel, right? I applied for it. They hit me back on it. All love for Whistle and Diesel. Literally, Weston Champlin and Whistle and Diesel, greatest YouTube channels to exist. That's like pretty much the only 2 I watch. So I test edited. I'm pretty good at editing. I mean, I've been doing it for a minute. Since I've been doing YouTube, I've always edited my own shit. I've always asked, put on my Instagram story, asking for someone to edit my videos, and they just send me Fortnite edit clips. I'm like, dude, that's not even close to the same. So anyways, I inquired about a Whistle and Diesel editing job, just to make more money on the side. Spent 40 to 50 hours, a lot of time on it. And anyway, so I sent them the Dropbox link, and on Dropbox, you can see who views the file. So they picked somebody else because it was the Combine video that went live. That's the video I edited, was the Combine one. And nobody viewed the file but me. So they didn't even look at it. I spent 50 hours editing that, wasting my time. I hate to say it, wasting my time.
That's all right. That's fuel to the fire right there.
It was cool to see how he goes about filming, his YouTube videos, and it's not far from me. I mean, that's what I like to see was he's a real dude. He's just filming with an iPhone. Him and his boys just coming up with plans on the spot. That's what we do. It's not super high production at all. So I mean, even though I didn't get the job, I don't even care that I didn't get the job. I just more so a little mad that he even hit me back. I'm like, yo, appreciate your time. But it was cool to see how he goes about filming videos.
Yeah, you can take inspiration from it and start
Is
adjusting.
is Keller full time with him? I know Shane, you know him, right?
I tried.
What?
No, okay. Shane tried. He was blacked out drunk on live with Keller. He's like, you know Wyatt, right? He's like, nah. He's like, oh, fuck, Wyatt, I tried. I'm like, damn it, Shane.
I tried. What's the next video?
Next video is going to be this and then Trav's LS. That's pretty much it. Then we got a new car coming. Nice car. Nice car coming.
Good.
I won't pronounce it quite yet, but the 340 will be gone. And I will say for all the 335 boys, sacrifices were made to make that one run. So I apologize, but gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. You can only make so many E92 335 videos. Exactly. Hey, we're about to catch this thing on fire. So.
Well, I know
Roll
you
the clip.
Roll the clip.
You
I know
will.
you guys have some filming to do. We got to get right to that. So to end this off, is there anything that you want to say to the audience, to us, to wrap up the podcast?
Wyatt Webster YouTube channel, greatest BMW videos you will ever see in your entire life. Shout out Valvetronic. Hold on, quick story. When we were in Vegas, me and Shane swap, low rotation.
E46 Rush.
All right, hold on, we gotta close one. Yep,
Oh, they're getting close.
getting close. All right, so I had a flight at 3:30 in the morning. Valvetronic's the greatest company to ever exist because I stayed in their hotel for free. My boys. So, goddamn. All right, so I'm like, bet my flight's at 3:30 in the morning. Me and Shane are checking the watch, aka the iPhone, because we don't got it like that. It says like 11. So we're like, all right, bet we're just gonna go out to the club until my flight, which is 3:30 in the morning. So you do the math. I should be there at 3. So me, Shane, and Phil walking around.
Where's Phil? I thought Phil was here.
I saw him in there.
Phil dipped. I seen him for 1 second.
Seeing us all?
I just seen his Supreme shoes walk by. And then, okay, so we're walking around. We go to Taco Bell, which sells alcohol.
The Cantina.
Dude, the worst mix you can ever do in your life. So we're all sitting down, me, Phil, Shane, eating Taco Bell. They had the drinks. I'm like, yo, if I have a Taco Bell alcoholic beverage, I'm yakking for sure. So I don't have one. I have water. So we eat, and then we're walking around because my flight's in like 2 hours.
We were in a parking garage.
Yeah, we were literally in a parking garage, seeing this nice little M240 we seen at SEMA.
It was M2.
Yeah. And then Shane's like, we're walking back to the crib because I'm like, yo, my flight's soon. Shane's like, yo, roller coaster, let's hit it. I'm like, bet. We hit the roller coaster, and it said no phone. So they turned me and Shane and Phil around because we got phones in our pockets. They can see it. And I'm like, bet. So we go back to the lockers, and they want $10. I'm like, no shot I'm paying $10 to put my phone in a locker. So I don't know how we pulled it off, but we both got our phones on.
Yeah, so long story short, this little roller coaster, we didn't even want to go. We were contemplating whether or not we wanted to go out.
We wanted to go.
We wanted to go out this entire night. We're like, do we go out? Do we not? You know what I mean? So because we're like, do we go get an hour and a half of sleep? Or do we just rock out and we go, out to a club or whatever, figure something out? So we see this roller coaster. He already explained that part. And, they try taking our phones, so we stuff them in our pants. We're like, you know what?
Yeah,
We're not going to do it.
In the underwear, we made it happen.
Yeah, we weren't going to do it. So, we end up finessing this ride, and we have our, which, Leo, I will provide you this clips for this lovely podcast where we can
I have the best clip of it.
Yeah, so, we end up finessing and then ended up getting caught.
So every roller coaster has a big slope. We're like halfway through the slope. I go, how we doing? Like I'm filming face front camera. How we doing? Everyone's hyped because he's like, yo, how'd that bull get his camera? Or how'd that bull get his phone? And I'm like, yeah, everyone's hyped. And then the ride stops. I'm like, Shane, what's going on? 5 minutes go by. Employee walks up, give me the phones. I'm like, fuck.
They had a camera. They're like watching us.
Give them the phones, and then we do the ride. We come back, get our phones back. We didn't pay $10 for no locker. So, anyways, we get back to the crib. Brandon's.
We didn't go back yet. Here,
Okay.
Let me finish off the story. So we're in this parking garage afterwards, okay? We see this roller coaster. We do all this.
Yeah.
And we're still contemplating, do we go out? So we're like, you know what? We're going to go bet. We're going to go to the casinos. We're in Vegas. You know what? Whatever. So we're out at this casino, and we're walking around, and, we realize, we're like, wait, it was 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And it's
time reset.
And it's 1 a.m. So the time pushed back. So we were like, it was that night.
It was
or
that night.
spring,
God.
whatever it is. Yeah. So we were planning on just going and, doing our thing for the entire night. As soon as we saw that the time reset and it went an hour back, I was like, I'm going to bed. We both went back to the
We're like,
to the
all right,
hotel.
we're going to bed. So after the time reset happened, I was like, dude, there's no way I'm making another 2 hours. I thought it was an hour. But now that it's 2 hours, no shot. So I go back. Was it you and Phil in the hotel?
Yeah, it was me, Phil, and Anton. I think we're all in the same room.
Yep. So I go in. I have the, what's it? What do they call it? You got to pay extra for it.
Oh, the cot.
The cot. So I was sleeping on the cot. Shout out Valvetronic for covering the cot. But I'm sleeping on. I'm there for 10 minutes trying to sleep. Nah, dude, I'm about to yak. So I get up and I'm throwing up. Do you even know this?
I don't think so. I think I was dead asleep.
I told Shane, but I'm throwing up until 3:30 in the morning. Because listen, there's no worse ratio than alcohol, Taco Bell, roller coaster. There's no way.
That's a bad combo.
So I'm yakking till 3:30 in the morning. I go to the airport by Uber. I'm like dead, literally the most dead I've ever been alive. And then there's like 3 or 4 fans who see me. They're like, Wyatt, what's up, man? Can I get a picture? I'm like, yo, I'm dying. And then the funniest part is the last guy who watched my YouTube videos and said, what's up? I see him on the flight first class. I'm like, yeah, I'll be in the back row paying $50 for a flight home. Yeah. So, yeah, Vegas was wild. Also, if you're a dude going to Vegas, don't. Because it's $200 for you to get into a club.
Yeah.
If you're a female, go. You get in for $5. Yeah.
You gotta know somebody that's hosting whatever event's going on at the club and get
Yeah,
wristbands
for sure.
and sneak your way in.
For sure. They were like telling us NFL players were in there. I'm like, dude, I don't care who's in there. LeBron James can be in there. I just hope there's Tito's in there. That's all I care about. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of Tito's, it is Peyton's birthday today. So we will be going out after this podcast to celebrate his birthday. Thank you guys for joining us on episode 2 of Valves Open by Valvetronic Designs. From here on out, Leo will be helping me take over this podcast and really make it into something. Wyatt, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
I don't know where Travis is, but Travis, thank you. Stefan, thank you.
Probably drinking.
And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.
Peace.
Peace.